Oh, that's Thomas. He used to follow me around before he left the cannery.
What happened? Sprat fell into a transformer again?
That's the thing about growing old. Your eyes start to fail. Elsewise, I would have seen you for the snake that you are, chopped you into pieces and roasted you on a spit. This is all you're doing. Cutting off my power, killing off my garden. Without refrigeration, my food will spoil, and my flock will starve. I want to ask you this in private, away from the eyes of my flock, so they do not see me lose my temper. Tell me, why did you do it? You want my flock wasting their lives in that cannery? Fine. Go and talk to them. Go talk to Grace and Thomas. Look them in the eye and tell them their life here is over, and the only thing left to do is go back to Edgewater. This is now your responsibility. And you tell Reed Thompson that I will never return to Edgewater. I would rather die among my flowers than live under his management. My son worked in that cannery. When the plague started coming, he was one of the first to fall sick. We had a store of medicine locked away, but Reed refused to treat him. Said my boy didn't deserve treatment. Said the medicine would have been wasted on him. So I buried my boy in the cemetery, gathered my belongings, and left. That's as much of the story as you need to hear. As long as Reed is still in Edgewater, I will not return. Those are my terms. You offering to cross Reed off, huh? This some sort of twisted reparation for what you've done? Or you just looking for a chance to sow some chaos? Kill Reed if you must, or talk him into leaving if you can. He and I are not sharing the same four walls together. Tell Reed that I can make his people healthy again. I can end their plague. Start a new garden right in the cannery. 3 square meals for every man and woman in Edgewater. Tell him how I've made the Vale bloom again. The soil has whispered its secrets to me, and I alone know how to breathe life back into the earth. The secret is human corpses. I've been grinding them up in my fertilizer for years. Marauder, worker, don't matter much to me. The human body is rich with nutrients. Edgewater's cemetery's got corpses aplenty, enough for a generation's worth of crops.
Dead? Whoa, Miss Parvati. Hey, you're, what, how are you? Hi, hello.
Are you, are things safe out here? How are you keeping?
Great, just great. I've been trying to keep stuff running, just like you. Only I'm not so... Wait, they didn't kick you out, did they?
Oh gosh, no. I'm just along with this lady here.
I seen you wandering around here. You don't look like you're coming from town. Never heard it phrased in such a way before. I guess we're all trying to get our ships off the ground, ain't we? Sorry, I just wasn't sure if you were from town or if you were one of us. Something's been chewing at me, you see. Fact is, I've been, well, lying. To everybody here. Camp thinks I'm a mechanical genius, but I couldn't fix a busted chair. I'll take all the help I can get. I set my mind to learning the craft of the engineer, you see. I want to make something of myself. You ever heard of the Young Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering? Comes in a set of 3. If I had my hands on one of those data pads, I could teach myself the ins and outs.
Those are good. My dad kept a copy with him when he was working in the cannery.
I know the old community center kept a copy. Should find another one back in town. If you could find me even one of those pads, I'd be greatly obliged. No kidding! Really? Well, which one? Look at that! Building a computing machine out of Spectrum potatoes, a primer. I'm just glad it survived all these years. I appreciate you going through all that trouble. In fact, I put aside something special, on the off chance that somebody'd search out those data pads for me. Sure, I'd be glad to take them off your hands. I've been thinking about going back. I'm not much use to anybody here. I get sick thinking about working at the cannery. I can't do that again. You know something? I think you're right. The town could use another engineer, and I'm on my way to becoming one. I could do a lot of good in Edgewater. Maybe even keep a garage of my own with a little workbench and my very own toolbox. It's just... Adelaide's never gonna forgive me. Not in 100 years. I go crawling back to my old life in Edgewater, and I'm as good as dead to her. Are you sure about this? If we head back to Edgewater on our own, Adelaide won't come with us. She'll stay here and curse us till the end of her days. You know where to find me.
Keep your wits about you, friend. I don't know how much longer we'll last.
Don't know how much longer we'll last without power.
Zoe says she fought her way out of a marauder camp with her own bare hands.
I don't know what you did to talk some sense into Zoe, but I appreciate it. The matter's been weighing on me. Zoe came back, but I couldn't keep her from slipping out in the first place. Who's to say I could keep marauders from slipping in? I don't see us lasting more than a couple of weeks out here. I'm loath to admit it. We're gonna have to make our peace with Thompson and hope he takes us back. Listen, we go back to Reed, hat in hand, begging for our old jobs back. Well, Adelaide's not gonna forgive us. She never talked to us again. Sure, suit yourself. I'll be here.
I don't know how much longer we'll last without power.
I don't know how much longer we'll last without power.
Look at that. The snake's come back. Look at that. The snake's come back. Look at that.
Carry on.
One of us
As
wanna
you
go
were.
see what happened?
Home is where the heart is. Marauders took that saying.
What's eating you?
Okay.
Spacer's choice takes care of its own. Sometimes I wonder what I'm doing with myself.
Nothing I could do about that.
Something to report? We pay by the finger. What do you have for me? Gil Antrim. Real name, Guillaume. Duly processed by a freelancer on behalf of Spacer's Choice. I remember him. He was just a kid last I saw him. Shame. I'll just need your signature here, 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 and here. Got any more fingers for me? Mabel Burgess. Age 37. Right or left-handed? Let's just say no longer applicable. I remember Doc Burgess. Conducted my physical every fiscal quarter. Guess she couldn't keep her hands off her patient's medicine. Still one outstanding bounty. If you've got a finger, I've got the paperwork. Here we are. Bertie Cotton. Cause of death. Let's just say overwhelming physical trauma. Bert was the local preacher before Max took over. Always was quick to remind us that we all get what we deserve in the end. Well, that's all three. I must remember to requisition some more fingerprint ink. Here's all the compensation you've earned, plus a bonus. You've done such a bang-up job hunting down our former workers that I thought it only proper to deputize you. Congratulations. Let me stop you there. It is official Spacer's Choice policy that all Marauders, regardless of prior affiliation to the Spacer's Choice brand, no longer qualify as our people. Marauders are folk who lost the will to keep working, wandered out into the wilds and gave into their baser instincts. Not everyone's cut out to work in Edgewater. Some turn deserter, some turn marauder. None of them get my sympathy. Everybody likes Adrenatime. It is the finest medical drug ever developed by Spacer's Choice. Much better than that crap anti-Cleo pedals. Sure, a little too much Adrenatime can bring out the violent animal in you, but if overdosing on Adrenatime turns you into a lunatic, you have only yourself to blame. Says so right on the warning label. Violent psychosis is a well-documented and legally accounted for side effect of Adrenatime.
You got past those marauders? Nice work.
Almost lost a finger in... the cannery today.
Don't let the boss catch you saying that.
It's a fine new day in Edgewater. The cannery hums, streetlights and faces glow. I suppose this means the two of you were able to sort out the matter? The greater good can be difficult to determine. None of us can know the effects of our decision in a year, or 10, or 100. Take comfort in the fact that your choices are always, ultimately, in line with the grand plan. Wonderful. This is fantastic. Well worth all the sacrifices Wait. What the fuck is this? Is this French? I can't fucking read French. It's a law-forsaken joke is what it is. French. Ha! I was so high and mighty, preaching to the yokels about following the plan, while fighting it at every turn. Overreacting? Do you have any idea how many years I spent in... No. You couldn't possibly know, could you? I've spent my life searching for the keys to unlock... I became so desperate. Bokonu, unfortunately, he was also one of the philosophers, but most of the philosophers. Please. As if my life... Nothing could be more excruciating than discussing the... But that's neither here nor there. What I need to do now is to find a trans... You have a ship. Perhaps I could make myself of use to your crew. Certainly. I'm pretty handy with a tossball stick, or any blunt instrument, really. I'm fairly competent at... Of course, but instead... Fantastic. Let me get my things in order and I'll catch up with you.
Edgewater's gonna miss you. Folk here always...
Thank you, Ms. Holcomb. I'll be glad. I shall see you on the ship, Captain, whenever...
Somebody's been running around town raving about a colony ship. Plague must have gone into their brain matter. Thanks. I'll see to it that this medicine gets to the people who need it. Here, something for your trouble. Nothing personal, but I hope we never do business together again. Don't want to make a habit of consorting with smuggler types. You do have some cheek on you. Lucky for you, I kept a little contingency fee in case you tried to negotiate with me. Oh, I'm an actuary. That means I keep tabs on a worker's living expenses. Technically, I'm employed by the Spacer... Somebody deserving. Silas on account of him being out in the cold. Amelia C.
Any luck finding one of those? No kidding. Really? Well, which one? Ain't that 2 whole data? Well, don't keep me in. The geothermal plant? That's a complete set. All 3 parts. I'm gonna be the greatest engineer Halcyon's ever seen. Aside from you, Ms.
I'm glad we could help, Thomas.
I've been saving something for you. Just a little contraption I found. Should fit right into your outfit. What's on your mind? Couple months. I owe them my life. We all left the can. I mean,
You weren't incompetent. You just didn't fit the cannery. Not like here.
you could stay.
This is a fine day, friend. Power flows through our town like a cool stream of water. I trust Adelaide's people have seen their way to reason. So, when can I expect them back at their posts? Go ahead. It is my job to keep two eyes on my town. I wish you wouldn't say... I expect you wouldn't understand. You don't see the town as I do. When I stand at my window and look out over my town, here's what I see. We are all part of the space. I'm trying to remember 25 years, 26. I remember looking out this window and seeing the veils spread out. Times change, people change, but the veil will always be here. Space. This is a Spacer's Choice town. We're all part of the Spacer's Choice family here. Loyalty's got nothing. Go ahead. Can we not? Talking about If I had enough medicine to treat everyone who fell sick, Adelaide's son was barely competent. I treat him with our medical rations, and it looks like Now, I will not pretend to I wish she had stayed with us. That I cannot say. There was no moment when the plagues began. But in the last 10 years, the plagues have become progressively Corporate doesn't like us using the word should. It encourages... I believe plague is a test. It is a test of our loyalty and our fortune. Go ahead. That you are not one of us may work to your advantage. Adelaide and her folk loathe the... I admit... Nature is uglier. Yes. Losing Adelaide was the hardest. Spacer's Choice Saltuna is renowned. Ever since Adelaide left, we have been reduced. I appreciate what you've done for us. Then we are at an impasse. Stewardship over this town has been entrusted to me by Spacer's Choice. I am not perfect. I have made my share of mistakes. I am a Spacer's Choice man. My father was a Spacer's Choice man. Edgewater may not look like much to some... Unless you can demonstrate to me that we are helpless without her. I see no reason why I... You will excuse me for being skeptical. How exactly is Adelaide growing crops in barren soil? If Adelaide's found a way to feed her people and cure the plague, my life here is ended. Give me a little time to settle my affairs. I'm sure Adelaide will be glad to see the back of me. A couple months ago, I might have put in for a transfer. No such thing as an... I don't know. I could see myself lasting a week. I do. Adelaide's found a cure for the plague, and she knows how to tend... I have always...
Yeah, huh? He's just in. I'm just glad he's alive. You mean about the mission being too clean? I know, but real machines? The machine Vic. I think there's some.
Look at that. The snake's come back. I never thought I'd see the day that... Suppose it's time our flock made our... You're vexing to me, you know? Injuring us with one hand, helping us with the...
Adelaide's okay.
I already told.
Is this your ship? Oh my stars, she is just so handsome! Does she have a name yet? Oh, gosh. Listen to me babbling. I'm the only decent mechanic Edgewater's got, but every time... Oh, it's kind of you to say that. I want to ask you something, and you can say no. But... And if you ever need a pair of eyes...